What is up everybody, this is Aniket from Codeit. In this video we're going to be creating this project where we have a random color generator whenever we reload the page. Like this, whenever I reload the page we get a random color with the code of the color here, and we also have a button saying generate a random color. Whenever we click on this, we'll create a random color here with the code of the color. And yeah, this is our today's project, and if you haven't, subscribe to our channel and let's get started. To get started, I have an empty project here where I'll create a file and name it index.html, and inside this I'll give it an exclamation mark and then hit tab, and it will create a boilerplate of HTML for me, and in the title I'll give random color generator and hit save. Now I'll again create a file and name it style.css, and I'll link this CSS file to my HTML like this. And to body, now I'll add some space and add a container here, and now I'll add an anchor tag with the class of color generator, give it a hashtag, and now here it says generate a random color like this. Good. And now I'll open it with live server, and here we go. Now I'll come back to my CSS, give some basic stylings to my universal operator and to my pseudo elements, padding of 0, margin of 0, box sizing border box. Now I'll come to body and give it a height of 100 VH and a width of 100%. Now I'll come to my container, give it a height of 100% and width of 100% as well. And I'll also add a background to it, and maybe blue, and it is just for CSS purpose, but it will be randomly generated using JavaScript, so you'll not have to worry about this. But just to demonstrate and just to show, I'm adding a dummy background here. Now let me show you what we have right now. So we have something like this, and here we have our text. Now I want to decorate, or I want to give stylings to that button, so I'll just grab on that, and I believe this was the class that I gave, color generator. Let me copy and paste that, copy from here and paste this here. Okay, and now I'll give padding of 1em, background of 0, color of F7 and F7, and I'll also remove that underline from there, so I'll say text decoration none. And here we go, we have something like this. And now I'll come to Google Fonts. I'll come to Google Fonts and grab on Poppins font family from here, like 300, go to import function and copy the whole import function, come at the very top of my CSS file and paste it here. Now I'll just say font family Poppins sans serif like this, and here we are. Now we want this button to be in the very center. For that, what we'll do is, to my container I'll add display flex justify content center align item center. And by the way, I'm playing around with flexbox, and if you do not know what is flexbox, then you can just comment down below in the comment section and I'll create a dedicated video on flexbox. But for now, just understand that these three lines are just centering every direct child element of this element in the center. Like, I'm adding the all those three lines to this container, so it will look for all the direct child element of this element, all the direct child element of this element, and the only direct child element here is this anchor tag, so it will center this in the very middle like it does here. So we got this button in the very center. And the second thing is I'll again create a paragraph and say color code and give some dummy text here like 1B7CDE. This is just because we want the code to appear, we want the code of the background, and this is just for styling purpose. This will be also generated using JavaScript, so we'll not have to worry about this now. So this is just for styling purpose, and here we see this here because it is also the direct child element of this container, so it will also be aligned in the center or in the middle. Now I'll again come to my CSS, say color code, and I'll say text transform uppercase just to capitalize every letter of this. I'll also give it a position of absolute font size of 15 rems, like this. Here we are, and we can see that this text is coming above this button, but we want it to be behind that button. So what we can do is we can say to the button I'll give it a z-index of 2, and here our button is above that image, or above that text. I'll also give font family to this of Poppins sans serif, like this. I also want a font weight, and I'll just add bolder here, and I want to translate it a bit upwards. So for that I'll say translate y in the y direction, translate in the y direction, negative of 50%. That means we are translating it 50% in the top or in upward direction. And here we are. I also want to lower down the opacity, so it may be 0.05, and it is barely visible, so I'll just increase it a bit and add 0.07. Here we go. It looks pretty nice, and I don't want this to be selected. That means I can select it right now. I do not want that, so I'll say pointer events none and user select none as well. And here now I cannot select this text. Okay, so yes, now this is it for our HTML and CSS. Now I'll create a file and name it main.js, link it with my HTML file. I'll add script here, and I'll add an attribute that is source and give it main.js, like this. Now I'll come to my main.js and I'll grab on my container document.query_selector.container, and now I'll grab on that button and I'll say color generator. This was the button, this was the class of the button. And the next thing that I want to do is I'll create a function. I'll say generate color, and this is a function that generates a random color for us. And before that I'll create const chars, and here I'll say 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 a b c d e f, and what these are. So here we are talking about hexadecimal color code, and in a hexadecimal we have 16 values, 16 characters, 0 to 9 and A to F. If we talk about any color, if we take any color, then all the characters that are available in that hexadecimal color code is built up of only these 16 characters, 0 to 9 and A to F. So what we'll do is just create a random number, and then like if we get a random number that is like 10, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and the 10th one is A, so we'll get A here. And how to do that, I'll explain all these in this video, so stay tuned. After this generate color, I'll add let color equals hashtag, and so this is the initial color. And now I'll run a loop here. I'll say let I equals 0, I is less than 6, just because we want it to run, we want the loop to run 6 times, because a hexadecimal color code just contains 6 digits, and the 7th is this hashtag, obviously. Now whenever we come in this loop, I want a random number to be generated. Okay, so what I'll say is const random equals math.random, and here let me log in the console it as well. So if I open my console, so I do not get that because I have not called this function. So I'll say window.add event listener DOM content loaded, and here I'll trigger a function, and the function would call another function that is generate color. Save that, and here we get 6 color codes, 6 random numbers. What I've done here. Okay, here we are. 0.5766 something and 0.01, everything is 0 point and something. Just because if I write math.random, it will create a random number from 0 to 1 as it did now. So I want to multiply it by 10. So what it will do is, now it will create a random number from 0 to 9. If we write 10, it will create a random number from 0 to 9. So it is 0 and we'll also get something 9. Yes, 9.72. So it is 9. But we want a random number from 0 to f, that means 16. We want 16 numbers. So for that, what I'll do is times 17. So it will now give me a random number from 0 to 16. So we get 0 here as well, and I'll also get 16 sometime. Let me reload and see if I get 16 or not. And okay, here we go, 16 as well, and I'll not get 17, because if we have multiplied it by 17, then we'll get a random number from 0 to 16 as we get now. But we do not want this these numbers after this decimal. So what I'll do is wrap all these, and I'll say math.floor and then like this. So what it is going to do is, it will grab all these and then floor it. It will throw all those to the floor. That means any number after decimal will be neglected and will get only the numbers that is before that decimal, like this: 13, 12, 7, 5, 4, 9, 12, 1, 15, 5, 3, 3, 13, 7, 6, 5, 0, 0, 0, and all that. Okay. So now what I want is, like, I got a value here 8. So what I want is, now 8, I'll start searching from here: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, or what I can do is, I got 12 here. So if I got 12, let me zoom in a bit. So if I get 12, I'll count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll get 12. Let's say C is our 12th number. Okay, C is 12th number. So instead of 12, I want C, if C is the 12th number. So what I'll do is, it's very easy. We'll just do cats square brackets and like these. So this is like an array. We had this as index, so this is our index. So cats of this index, and let's say it is 12. So cats of 12, and that would give us C. Most probably it can change, I don't know. Okay, so okay, like this. So we will get 1, 6, A, E. We get A 2 times and E 2 times. We get B 3, 5, F 9, 5. Okay, so we get all from 0 to 16, all from 0 to F. But there's still one problem. And what is this? Like, if I'm giving 17, so I'll get a value from 0 to 16, from 0 to 16. But if we talk about index, so it starts from 0. Okay, so the length of this is 16. The length of this cats is 16, but the last, this F, is at the 15th index number. It is not at the 16th. It is at the 15th, because index starts from 0. So what I want is, I want 0 to 15. I do not want 0 to 16. And for that, what I'll do is 0, I'll remove the 17 to 16. Oh, 16. Like this. And let me remove this out here. And here we go. Now it is perfect. And instead of logging it, what I'll do is, I'll append my color to this random, and I should change this random to like char, or maybe rand char, because random character, we are not getting just number here. So we start from hashtag. In the first loop, we create a random number, and let's say it gives us F. Let's say it gives us F, the first one. Okay, so we'll get F. We are appending that hashtag to F. And now in the second term, let's say we get a random character there as 9. So we'll append 9. So like this, it will just go to 6, till 6, it will go 6 times, and I'll get some characters, some 6-digit characters or 6 digit characters, and here we get our color code. So we have a hexadecimal color code contains of 6-digit and it gets 6-digit. Now what I want to do is I'll say container.set attribute style, and then in the backtext I'll say background, and I'll now use template literals and I'll say color like this, and here we go. We get a random color whenever we reload the page. Whenever we reload the page, we get a random color here. And now I can remove this background blue because I just wrote it to show you all. Now I can get a random color here. And now I want to do the very same thing whenever we click on this button. So for that, what I will do is I'll say button.onClick, or maybe button.add event listener. That would be better. So we are adding an event listener to our button, and this event will listen to click, and whenever we click, we want generate color function to run. So even if we reload, click on this button, a random color is generated. Even if we reload the page, a random color is generated. Now I want this code to change with the current background, and that is also very simple. I'll now grab color code document.query selector, and the class that I gave to it was, I believe, color code. Let me just cross check it so that I'm not wrong at that. Color code, yeah, that is perfect. We had color code here. Now what I'll say is color code dot inner HTML equals color, and now I can remove this from here, this dummy text, and now I get the code of the color. I get the code. Yes, I get the code of the color that my background has. We change this code whenever the color changes, and like this. So yes, it was very fun to create this, and if you like the video, hit that like button down below. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of our latest videos, and feel free to comment down your questions down below, and thank you for watching.